Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
In today's optional orientation class, we shall discuss about one of the most favored, preferred, and popular option in anthropology. Sorry, option in UPSC. So obviously it is one among the top 10. So there are 10 top popular options in UPSC. Among those 10 popular options, obviously anthropology is one. It's most preferred and most favored options, both for science as well as arts background. Irrespective of your qualification or your degree, whether from science background or arts background or engineering or medical, whatever. So anthropology is such an optional that anybody can choose, and it is, if you look at the recent trends, majority of the toppers are from anthropology. They have opted anthropology options. Okay, it is one of the most interesting subject. In today's session, we shall discuss, or rather we shall get acquainted with what exactly is anthropology. We should get familiarized with some concepts of anthropology. What is anthropology? What are the plus point if you opt for anthropology, and how it is scoring? And as I told you, in the recent trends, if you see around 3-4 years or 5 years back, about 10 to 12% the success rate is from anthropology. Okay, and how this anthropology will help you in your GS. Okay, whether it is in GS or ethics or essay or even in interview, how can anthropology how anthropology will help you in these subjects. Okay, to answer in your GS as well as your essay. Okay, so in today's class, so I'll discuss about the most mesmerizing, interesting, discipline, I can say this. Okay, what exactly is anthropology? It is story about me, it is story about you, it's story about us, it's story about ancestors. Okay, why, though we belong to the same, species, that is Homo sapiens, and though we are 99.9% same, but why there's difference? Why the Africans are different from Chinese? Why the Chinese are different from Americans? Why there's difference in our physical appearance? Why there's difference in our culture? Okay, why there's difference in our traditions? Okay, so everything we'll discuss about anthropology in a holistic way, in a comprehensive way, and everything we'll know about ourselves. That is what the most interesting thing about anthropology. Okay, so here there is one beautiful comparison. Here, if you look at this slide, one of the most famous astronomer or cosmologist, I can say, okay, the Carl Sagan, he has given this analogy. If we compare our the evolution with the year, I can say that on January 1st, the universe originated. It seems on January 1st, the universe originated. That is according to Big Bang theory. Okay, on January 1st, and it took nearly 3 to 4 months for the origin of Milky Way. Okay, so what exactly is universe? Universe is that physical entity which includes everything. In that physical entity, if you are aware of, I'm not sure, but in that physical entity that's in universe, there are nearly 100 to 200 billion galaxies. So among 100 to 200 billion galaxies, one galaxy is Milky Way. Okay, and in this Milky Way itself, there are nearly 100 to 200 billion stars. So among this 100 to 200 billion star, one medium-sized star is our sun. Okay, and this sun is not alone; is with the entire family called solar system. In this solar system, there is one member, one planet called Earth, where there is life. And in this planet, about 3.8 billion years ago, the first organism evolved, and that was cyanobacteria. And this cyanobacteria, in due course of time, in millions of years of evolution, has evolved into what is the most intelligent animal on this earth, that is Homo sapiens. But if you look at this analogy, on May 1st, it's the origin of Milky Way. The Milky Way originated on May 1st. And it took again few months for the origin of solar system. So on September 9th, it's origin of solar system. And on September 25th, the life emerged on the earth. Okay, and look at the last point, that is on December 31st, that is 10:30, just 90 minutes before the next year. Just 90 minutes before the next year, that is on December 31st, 10:30 p.m. Not Homo sapiens. That is, first human-like primates appeared just 90 minutes before the next year. That means This human, not Homo sapiens, not human beings, human-like primates emerged. That means, according to this analogy, Homo sapiens, he emerged on the earth very lately. Okay. So though he emerged on the earth very lately, and he is the most, or we can say that he is the most insignificant ape. This insignificant ape who emerged on the earth so lately, he has become the most dominant species on this earth. What made this Homo sapiens the most dominant species? If we compare Homo sapiens with any other animal, we have no match with any animals. We are not as mighty as an elephant. We are not as strong as a lion. We are not as tall as a giraffe. We don't have any venomous fangs or claws or any glands. But what made this Homo sapiens so special? What made him to become the most dominant species? How he started to rule the earth. And now he's ruling the entire world. He's ruling the entire world. At the same time, he's ruling the entire world. Okay? The remaining 8.7 million species are subordinate of this Homo sapiens. This Homo sapiens, as I told you, if we compare to any other animal, we don't match with any animals. But because of his intelligence, because of his highly adaptable capacity, he is ruling, he is controlling, and he has become the most dominant species on this earth. Okay, what made, otherwise, how or why the mother nature selected or made this an insignificant ape the most dominant species on earth? Or what are those changes, what are those factors which shaped this Homo sapiens to become the most dominant species? Okay, so to know, that is what we study in anthropology. So look at this slide. The first organism which emerged on the earth was cyanobacteria, as you all know, and we call it as blue-green algae as well. So around 3.8 billion years ago, the first organism which emerged was cyanobacteria. And this cyanobacteria, in due course of time, so of millions of years of evolution, he became what? The Homo sapiens, or the human beings. And this Homo sapiens, as I told you, is just one species among 8.7 million species on this earth. Okay, and this one species is controlling the remaining 8.7 million species. Stephen Hawking he has given a very beautiful statement here. He says that what exactly we are? Okay, what exactly we are? We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star, but we can understand the universe that makes us something very special. That means, as I told you, we are an insignificant ape, and how we become the most dominant species. Okay, what are those geographical factors which shape the biological changes? What are the biological factors or the which trigger the cultural changes? Okay, why the Homo sapiens, though we are 99.9% same, why there is difference in our physical appearance? Why there is changes in our culture? Why there is changes in our traditions? Okay, why there is changes in our marriage customs? Right. So all these things we'll study about anthropology. And this Homo sapiens, as you all know, based on particular geographical conditions or climatic conditions or topography, we can see a particular flora and fauna. But this Homo sapiens, you name it, and we are everywhere. One species everywhere, from Arctic to Antarctic, from Pacific to Atlantic, there's one species, that is Homo sapiens. Any geography, any geographical conditions, any topography, any climatic conditions, anywhere, everywhere, so one species, that is Homo sapiens. Okay, why? Because you can't see the penguins in Bengaluru. You can't see the camels in Kashmir. You can't see a particular animal. You can see the particular flora and fauna in a particular geographical condition, in particular climatic conditions. But any climatic condition or any geography or any topography, we can see Homo sapiens. Why? It's because of his adaptability. He is the most adaptable species. And why he is so adaptable? It's because of his intelligence. And because of his intelligence, he became the most adaptable species. He can change anything according to his convenience, and he can live, he can strive, he can survive any conditions anywhere in this world. Okay, so that is what Homo sapiens is. He has covered the entire world, as I told you, from Arctic to Antarctic and Pacific to Atlantic, and now is venturing out of our home, that is Earth, and is just, you want to land on the moon and on the Mars, and you want to make the moon and the Mars as his second home and the third home. Maybe going under a few years, maybe around 4 or 5 decades or 100 years down the lane. So we'll make the moon and Mars as our second and third home, maybe, probably. Okay, that is what? That means this Homo sapiens, because of intelligence, it can change, it can tame anything. Okay, So that is what makes Homo sapiens so special. Okay, and apart from that, you can see is the bipedal. Bipedal means you can walk on two legs. Is naked. Yes. So mammals, of course, Homo sapiens is a mammal, but we are naked mammal. We are naked ape. What made us naked? What are geographical factors which made us naked? And because of the geographical changes, the Homo sapiens became naked. And when he became naked, he wanted to cover his body with something that led to the culture. So that's what I'm saying. What are geographical factors that triggered the biological changes and the biological changes that led to the cultural things? So the Homo sapiens, the evolution of Homo sapiens is biocultural. That means biological as well as cultural. But what are the geographical factors that triggered? For example, for instance, I'll tell you. Since there was changes in geography or climatic conditions, and as we know that we Homo sapiens or the mammals particularly, we are warm-blooded animals. We call ourselves as warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals means irrespective of temperature outside my body, inside my body the temperature remains the same. Okay. So when the temperature is extreme cold, I start to shiver and increase my body temperature. When it is extreme hot, I start to sweat and reduce the temperature. This is what I maintain the body temperature. Okay, that is what we call as warm-blooded animals. And because of this reason, when there was climatic changes, this Homo sapiens, because since you wanted to sweat, if the body is covered with the hair, if the body is covered with the fur, the sweat glands cannot be exposed to the air. So gradually it started to shed, or gradually the body became naked, okay, free from the hair and the fur, and the sweat glands opened. When the sweat glands opened, it started to solve that once. When there was the climatic changes, when he became the naked, free of hair and fur, the sweat glands opened, and because of this he became naked. Okay, and since he became naked, he wanted to cover his body with something to protect himself from the climatic conditions or harsh climatic conditions, or maybe from other animals or whatever, and that led to the culture. Okay, so that's what we study in anthropology: how the geographical factors trigger the biological changes and how it led to the culture. Okay, so you can see here is the bipedal naked ape, a large-brained animal, and it is dexterous. We call it dexterous. No animal in the world can touch its thumb to each of the tip of the fingers. Because of this thing, so we human beings, we can touch the tip of all fingers, and because of this, we have two things. One is, this is what we call it as precision grip, and this we call it power grip. Because of this, the shape of the thumb, and this is called precision grip, and this is called power grip. And because of precision grip and power grip, he was able to use the tools. He was able to make the tools. He was able to use the tools and make the tools. There is a difference between using the tools and making the tools. So he was, for example, chimpanzee, they use the tools, but they cannot make the tools. Okay, if I give a nut to chimpanzee, it takes a stone, it crushes the nut and eats the nut. But we can use the tool and we can make the tool. Okay, that is the specialty of Homo sapiens. And because of this power grip and precision grip, he was able to make the tools and use the tools. And because of this, he was able to hunt the big game. And because he was able to hunt the big game, he got more meat. And because of more meat, more proteins. And because of more proteins, the brain developed. Okay, that means how the brain, how the bipedalism, how the encephalization, and what are the geographical conditions which led to the changes in his gait, in his bipedalism, in his encephalization, how it changed everything, is what we study in anthropology. Okay, so because of these two things, that is precision grip and power grip, he was able to hunt the big animals like mammoths and bisons and big animals, and he got lots of meat and protein, and because of lot of meat and protein, his brain developed. Okay, because in our body there are two hungry organs. One is the brain, the other one is the stomach. Okay, there are two hungry organs which request lots of energy. So when he got the meat, the brain developed. He is the large brain, the most intelligent animal. Right? And again, there is some story or some hypothesis. They say that how the things change in favor of Homo sapiens. For example, he accidentally discovered fire, it seems. Just look at these things. Okay, he accidentally discovered fire, And this fire gave him comfort from the harsh climate condition. It protected from the animals, okay, predators. At the same time, the fire made him to travel each and every corner of the world. Okay, and this fire also, there is hypothesis. They say that when our ancestors, they were eating the raw meat, they were hunting the animal and they were eating the raw meat. Just imagine, when you eat raw meat, it takes lots of time to chew, it takes lot of time to swallow, and it takes lots of time to digest. Even when you eat the raw meat, the bacteria and the microorganisms present in the meat, it obviously affect the health. Okay, but accidentally what happened, one fine day or one fine night, what happened, then our ancestors, they were chatting in front of the fire and they were eating the meat. One piece of meat, it's a hypothesis, okay, one piece of meat fell into the fire. Okay, among them, one tried to take the meat of the fire. When he tried to take the meat out of the fire, he couldn't because it was very hot. Again he tried, but he couldn't. Then finally he said, okay, chodo, let's let it go, let it be. Okay, but the next day, the next morning when they came, the fire was dozed off, but the meat was there itself. But meat was charred into the black thing. When they touched, it was cool. When they pressed, it was soft. When they smelled, it was different. When they started to chew, when it bite, it was like something different. When it started to chew, it was easy to chew and easy to swallow and easy to digest. There they got to know that if I heat or burn or roast and eat the meat, then it is easy to bite, easy to chew, easy to swallow, easy to digest. Okay. Then they started to use the fire to burn the meat and eat. And when they started to use the fire and to burn the meat and eat, gradually the stress on the jaws reduced. The stress on the teeth reduced. When the stress on the jaws and teeth reduced, the size of the jaws, the size of the teeth and the size of the jaw reduced, it seems. When the size of the teeth and the size of the jaw reduced, there was enough space for the brain to develop. When there was enough space for the brain to develop, and when the jaws and the teeth, the size reduced, and there was enough space for the tongue to articulate and make movement in the buccal cavity, and when the thorax, when the voice box descended, he started to produce sound. And sound led to the language. Language led to communication. And communication led to, again, success. So just think how this meat changed the buccal cavity, changes the jaws, then changes teeth, and there is enough space for the brain to develop. The brain developed, and the size of the jaws and the teeth reduced, and there was enough space for the tongue to move in the buccal cavity, and the descending of the voice box. Okay, and for information, our tongue is connected to a single bone called hyoid bone, and because of this, the tongue can move anywhere. Okay, and because of this, he was able to produce sound, and sound became words, and words became language, and the language led to communication, and again it helped in his hunting skills. Just imagine if they are communicating in some like a language or coded language. If there are 4 guys, they want to hunt a lion or a mammoth, they can communicate easily with their language. He can say that you 2 guys come from this end, and you 2 guys come from here, and you 2 guys come from the rear end. We'll attack the mammoth. Again, this added. This became, okay, their hunting skill, and because of the communication skill, again, there was improvement in hunting, and they got big game. Big game means the animals. Again, same thing, the meat, same thing, protein, same thing, brain development. Okay, got it? It means, that's what I'm saying. What are those things you can see here? So because of this, he became the master of tools, master of fire, and master of language. Though we and chimpanzee are 95 to 99% same, but chimpanzee can't. It can produce sound, but it cannot speak. It cannot use a language. It can use tools, but it cannot make tools. So though we are genetically same, though we are same, but there is difference in chimpanzees and Homo sapiens. Okay, what do things that made? What are the evolution aspects? What are the genes behind these changes? What are the geographical factors behind these changes? Okay, right? So all these things we study here in anthropology. As I told you, it's most interesting, mesmerizing subject, and it say that it is that just like knowing about ourselves, knowing about our ancestors, why we are like this, what made us so special, why we are ruling the entire world. Okay. Clear? So, and what are though we are same, and what are the differences we can see here? So here, as I told you, the geographical factors which led to the biological and the cultural changes, all these things we study here. Not only this, the biological changes or the physical changes, physical aspects we study in the different things as well. For example, the Africans, why they are lean, tall and dark? Why the people in the poles are fat, chubby and fair? Okay. Obviously, when there is in the Saharan and sub-Saharan countries, because of the scorching heat, not to protect yourself from the UVA and UVB rays, the skin produces more melanin. When the skin secretes more melanin, the skin turns dark in color. And the same thing, if you go to the poles, obviously there is no need of secreting melanin, so they become fair. Okay. Why the Chinese and Mongolians, the eyelids are different? Why the attire or the dress they wear, the apparels they wear are different? Why the food they eat are different? Why the customs are different? Why in a particular condition, particular community, they marry the parallel cousins, and other community marry the cross cousins? For example, father, sister's daughter. Okay, that's what you say, mama or whatever you say. So the particular community will marry, so the parallel cousins, and the other community will marry cross cousins. What is the reason behind that? And in particular thing, in particular region, in particular community and conditions, okay, there are polygamy as well. Why? What are those reasons which led to polygamy? So polygamy means, poly means many, gamy means marriage. That means one person can marry more than one person. That means whether it's male or female. So that is, the person can marry more than one person, that is spouse. Okay, and again in polygamy also there are two things, polyandry and polygyny. So polygyny, gyne or gynoecium, gynecology means related to female. So polygyny means the person can marry more than one wife. And on this other hand, there is polyandry where the person can marry, the lady can marry more than one husband. So what are the reasons which led to these things? Okay. In particular in Tibet, in Nepal and in trans-Himalayan regions, there are fraternal polyandry it seems. So what do you mean by fraternal polyandry? Even in the South India, there is fraternal polyandry, in certain tribes. So what do you mean by fraternity? Fraternity means brothers. That means one lady, she should and she can marry the brothers. Okay. So just like brothers share their food and share their apparels, they share their wives as well. So that means if there are 4 brothers, all the 4 brothers will marry to the same lady. So what's the reason? And the same thing has come across in our mythology as well. So if you look at Mahabharata, so there was Draupadi, so who had polyandry. And the other way, the Rajas, they are called polygyny. Okay. So usually the Rajas or the Maharajas, they are called Bahupatni Vallabha. Bahupatni Vallabha, Vallabha means husband. That means more than one wife they can marry. So what's the reason? So just imagine, I am the king and I have a huge empire. And I should have the children to take care of this empire after me. So if I marry one lady, I can beget only one child or more than 2, 3 or 4, more, maximum 4 or 5 children. But if I have more wives, I can have more children, so that I can distribute my entire empire to my children itself. Okay. So if I have more wives, I will have more children, and the more children will take care of my empire, will take care of my property. So there, the person can marry more than one wife. That become polygyny. But where the sex ratio is different, where the sex ratio is not proper, where the female and male ratio is not proper, again there also we can see the polygyny and polyandry. For example, when there is female ratio is less and the male ratio is more, there are no enough female to marry. So what the solution is, the lady can marry more than one husband. Okay. So that led to the polyandry. Clear? And in climatic conditions like harsh climatic conditions like Trans-Himalayan in Nepal and Tibet, where you can see few tribes, in such extreme conditions where the survival is very difficult, there you can see again polyandry. Okay. So the reason is why such things, why there is polyandry, what is polygyny, what is polygamy, and now why there is changes in these recent trends. Now you know where you can see the joint family or extended family. Now it has changed. Even in family, the institution called family, this changes. Right now in this century, right in the current scenario, you can see there's change in the institution called family. Okay. Once upon a time, we used to see that extended family or joint family. Now you can see nuclear family or single parent family. Okay. Now it has become a recent trend. Single parent family, one parent family, live-in relationship. Okay. So why there is changes in the institution called marriage? Why there is changes in the institution called family? What are those the modern effects which changed these things? Okay. We have single parent family now, one parent family now, or the live-in relationship. So can we consider live-in relationship as a family? Can we consider live-in relationship as a marriage? Can we consider same-sex marriage as a marriage? So though same-sex is legalized, because same-sex is legalized, whatever within the four walls, it's different. But even the Supreme Court has not legalized the same-sex marriage, because marriage comes within the ambit of the social institution. So what is the main purpose of marriage is to beget the children and to continue the generation. So when there is it's not possible for a same-sex couple to beget the children, then you cannot consider it as a marriage. Even now, same-sex is legalized, but same-sex marriage is not legalized. So these things, again, you can link with your current affairs. You can link with your essays. You can link with your GS. So you can link with your societies, Indian societies. What is caste system? What is Varna system? Even these things we'll study in anthropology. Okay, right? So there's difference between caste system and Varna system. And what are those factors which changed the Varna system to caste system? I'm Kshatriya, but my son is very pious and is interested in all these sacred things and the rituals, all these things. And so he practiced some other things and gradually became Brahmin. So though by birth I'm Kshatriya, and though my son by birth is Kshatriya, but he can become what? Brahmin. That is what Varna. But by birth I'm Kshatriya means my son also should become what? Kshatriya. So that become caste. Why? What are those factors which trigger the changes from the Varna system to caste system? Okay. And why it has become social evil? Why there is racism? Why there is casteism? In the Western countries, we can go for racism, and in India, it is like caste system. Okay. What do you mean by gotras? Gotra. Even these things we study in anthropology. Gotra. So what is gotra? For example, what? Same kinship. Yeah. They say that we should not marry with the same gotra. So gotra. You should not marry Sogotra. Sogot means if you belong to the same gotra, you are not supposed to marry. So that is what our ancestors said. But scientifically it's proven, yes, he is right. Our ancestors were right. Yes, they are right. We should not marry it in the gotra. So what exactly is gotra? Why the word came? How the word gotra came? Okay. The thing is, for example, once upon a time, means in the ancient days, the person who have the law, hundreds of thousands of cows, means more the cows is more richer. That is what the concept was. Just like Janpal, it was like Dhanpal. Okay. So if you have more cows, more cattle, more livestock, you're rich, you're wealthier. Okay. So that is what the concept is. For example, we are of, in your family there are 4 brothers. And I have 500 cows. My second brother has 300 cows. And my third brother has 100 cows. And my fourth brother has 600 cows. Okay, livestock, cattle. Okay. And that means Kulmalake, around there are 1,000 cows in our home itself, in our family itself. So now just imagine, can I take care of all these 1,000 cattle? It's not possible. So whatever it's required for my family for day-to-day life, I keep those cattle in my home, and the remaining cattle I can't keep here. So what we did is, all we 4 brothers, we took our cattle and left in ashrama. So that in ashrama, in Gurukula, there will be students who will take care of the cattle, and it will be helpful for them as well. And it is in a safe place. So all my what we did is, we took all our cattle, keeping around 10 cattle at home. The remaining 1,000, 100, 900 cattle we took and we left in a particular ashrama, in particular sannyasi ashrama. And the name of the sannyasi or the saint is Kashyapa, for example, Kashyapa. That means we left all our cattle in Kashyapa ashrama. So we left all our go in Kashyapa ashrama. So whenever somebody asked, where are your goes? It's in Kashyapa. Where you belong to? We belong to Kashyapa go. So Kashyapa go, gradually it become Kashyapa Gotra. Okay, that means since all we 4 brothers, we left our cattle in Kashyapa ashrama. We all brothers, we are kins, we are related. So we belong to Kashyapa Gotra. Okay, that means from the go, the word Gotra emerged, originated. And that means we all brothers, we left our cattle in Kashyapa ashrama. That means we belong to the Kashyapa Gotra. That means we 4 brothers, that means our son, that means my son cannot marry my brother's daughter, because we belong to what? Same Gotra. That is what they say, that Swagotra should not marry within the same Gotras. This is what our ancestors said. But it is scientifically proven that if you marry with the close blood relatives, okay, there will be genetic problem. There will be chromosomal aberrations or chromosomal anomalies or abnormalities. The congenital disorders, that means by birth itself, there will be some problems. By birth itself, there will be abnormalities, syndromes. Okay, that means if you marry with the close relatives, there are chances that because of the genetic factors, the children may be born with disabilities and abnormalities. And now it is proven. Okay, clear? Even now in recent research, they say that our Homo sapiens, that's what I'm saying, we are Homo sapiens. Now listen guys, Homo means, the word Homo means it is genus. Under the Homo genus, there are different species. Okay. But the thing is, the fascinating thing is, under the genus Homo, we are the only species left. That means, that is sapiens. Our ancestors, our peers, our cousins, they all vanished. They become extinct. Now, what made this sapiens so special, and what are those factors which led for the extinction of our ancestors and our cousins, and what is so special about this sapiens who emerged the most successful animal? That means under the genus Homo, we are the only species left. That is sapiens. Okay, right? Now the thing is, under the genus Homo, there are different species like Homo erectus, okay, Homo habilis, Homo neanderthal. So there are many. Now in a recent paper, research, they have said that prior to Homo sapiens, that means when Homo sapiens were roaming on the earth, even the Neanderthals were roaming on this earth, it seems. And gradually these Neanderthals, they become extinct, it seems. Now the research said that the Neanderthal man, they didn't become extinct. Instead, they merged with us, it seems. That means Neanderthal and Homo sapiens, they merged. Now question is, the recent research has said that because of this merging or mixing of Neanderthal and Homo sapiens, there are few genes of Neanderthals which has entered into us, it seems. And because of these genes, few individuals are protective, are safe from particular diseases. Okay, or few individuals are susceptible to particular diseases. That means that gene, Neanderthal gene, which is inside me, which it makes me special. It gives me some power or resistance power. That means the Neanderthal gene is within us. They didn't go anywhere. And this gene there's a plus and even minus point. It gives protection from few diseases. At the same time, it makes the person susceptible to few diseases. So this is a recent research. They said that Neanderthal man, the gene has entered into Homo sapiens. Okay, answer or not? Clear? So not only the physical aspects, as I told you, not only the physical aspects, we'll study everything about Homo sapiens. Every aspect of Homo sapiens. I compress a holistic approach about us. Okay, everything, whether it may be traditions or customs or rituals, okay, or festivals, the food we eat, okay, the way we look, why you have curly hair, why you have black eyes, why you have blue eyes, what is the reason, okay, why there is changes in your blood group, why in India majority of the Indians have a B positive blood, and how this B positive blood is helpful to protect us. American cultural anthropologist Alfred Prober, he says that, what exactly is anthropology? As I told you, it is a mixture, it's a blend of humanities as well as science. Irrespective of your background, whether you're from science, arts, or medical, or whatever, you can opt anthropology because it's a blend of both. Okay. Here you can see that anthropology is the most humanistic of the sciences and the most scientific of the humanities. It itself says that anthropology is an amalgamation or mixture of both science as well as social science. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Any student irrespective of your degrees, you can opt this subject. Don't be in apprehension that anthropology is like complete core science. Obviously, few topics we'll study at molecular level, molecular biology, genetics, and genes and synthesis, replication, DNA, all those things. But the entire syllabus is not that. Okay. Whatever you study, the basic physics, chemistry, biology in your general studies, the same thing you have to study here, and bit more than that. Okay. For that, we are here to guide you and teach you here. So here, don't be in the notion that, don't keep in the mind that the anthropology is nothing but it's complete science. No. Okay. It is science, social science, it is geography, it's history. Okay, you can relate this subject with any of your GS subject as well. Okay. So here you can see why you should opt anthropology. As I told you, if you look at the recent trends, about 10 to 12% of success rates from anthropology. The syllabus is very short. Okay, the questions are straightforward. Of course, there will be few tricky questions and few current affairs based questions, but questions are straightforward. Direct questions, syllabus is very short. Compared to other options, syllabus is very short. Even from your science or arts, whatever background, you can opt this subject. Okay, it is scoring. You can demand the evaluator to give the marks by using flowcharts, diagrams. Okay, you can write in paragraph form, you can write in point forms. Okay? You can use maps, you can use case studies. You can use whatever the knowledge you gain from anthropology, you can implement or you can use in your GS as well, in your essays, in your ethics, even in interview. So once you start to study the anthropology, once you begin the journey of anthropology, there will be completely change in your mindset. Okay. There will be a change in your persona. There will be the horizon will increase, will enhance. Okay. The way you look at the world, the way you look at the things will change. So always we have, you human beings, though, as I told you, there are two things. Homo sapiens, we are the only one species, but at the same time, we are the most intolerable species, it seems. We are the most intolerable species. If you belong to my caste, okay. If you belong to my language, okay. If you belong to my country, my region, my state, then it's okay. Otherwise, no. I cannot tolerate you. So that is what Homo sapiens is, the most intolerable species, it seems. At the same time, this Homo sapiens is the most cooperative species as well. Because of our cooperation, we are together. Because of cooperation and coordination, we can do anything. At the same time, that means Homo sapiens is the intolerable species as well as most cooperative species. Okay. So what makes these things? So here, it's easy to understand. And if you look at the toppers trend, they are like majority of the toppers are from this anthropology background. The success rate is around 10%, 10 to 12%. Okay. Arams, you can score 300 plus. Clear? Just paper one, you need to practice few diagrams, few figures. Apart from that, paper two is nothing like, it's complete about India only, Indian anthropology. That is like India. That is what I'm saying. What is Varna system? What is caste system? Why there is difference in our traditions and customs? Why there is the difference in the language we use? Why there is difference in the words and the slang which we use? For example, in Hindi they say that, for yesterday they say kal, for today they say aaj, and for tomorrow, kal. So in Hindi they say kal, aaj, kal. And in English you say yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So why there is changes in this usage of words? Okay. In Kannada and in other languages, we give a specific word for a particular relation. But in English they call cousins. Finish. Aunt, uncle, aunt, and cousins. But why there is changes here? We give different words and different names, and the particular name will suggest, it clearly mention that what exactly is that person, how is related to me. Okay, clear? Even the way you use. So if somebody is going, for example, if a milkman is going, or the fruit vendor is passing by your alley, passing by your home, you can call by the name. A fruit, hannu, a soppu, halu, that's what we use the word. A halu baili, a soppu baili, that's what we use, right? But can we use the same slang when we go to the doctor, the lawyer, or the police? Hey doctor, come here, can we call him? Okay. We use the word, we give respect. Okay. In few conditions, in few customs, in few families, they give respect even to the kids. Aaye, beti, banni, kutkodi. But in few languages, there is different. Okay. Even in, for example, in Karnataka or if, for example, in India, there's changes. If you go to the northeast, there are nearly around 430 different languages, different tribes, different languages. Why there's changes in those things? Why there are 430 languages in one particular part of India? If northeast itself has 430 languages, then what about the entire India? In Karnataka itself, there's different dialects and different slangs of Kannada. Okay. That means they say that कोस में पानी, कोस में मिट्टी, कोस में बोली बदली होती है. That means for every few meters there will be change in the soil, the water, and even the dialects, the language. So why there's change? Okay. Why few customs made restriction to few particular, maybe like women, they were restriction on particular things. Why in few customs or religion they made the women not to enter the the temples or not to enter the particular area? What is the scientific reason behind that? Okay. So everything we'll study here. So as I told you, once you start the journey of anthropology, you start to prepare studying anthropology, every day you will be mesmerized. Every day you will be studying new things. Every day you will be questioning yourselves. And gradually again, of course, you will find the answer as well. It is knowing about, is questioning ourselves. It's knowing about ourselves. Okay. Why those things happened? Why our ancestors did? Were these things present here now, or it was there in thousands of years ago also? As I told you, polyandry and polygyny. If you look at the mythology of India, so Rajas had polygyny, and in Mahabharata is polyandry. You may feel it's disgusting. In few part of India, particularly the Trans-Himalaya, the father and the son will have same wife. Can you imagine? Brothers sharing the same wife. Can you imagine? Okay. The lady will become the husband of a lady. There's a ritual. There's a ritual. Okay. There is a custom. In few tribes, the woman will become the husband of a woman. Among two women, one will become the husband, other will become the wife. Okay, it is there already. Okay, and few warrior community when they go for war, just like other physical desires, they should have even their sexual desires as well. So what the alternate they did? So they have boy wives. They take boy wives with them. They give the dowry. Okay. They give the bride price. So why they give the bride price? Why they give the dowry? What is the necessity? How it came? How it emerged? And in ancient days, they say that right now we have something called Varadakshina. Once upon it was Vadudakshina, it seems. How the Vadudakshina became Varadakshina, that means the dowry, and how this dowry or Varadakshina led to the social evils. Okay, all these things, even this you can link this with your history as well. Got it? Clear? So they say that, this is again hypothesis, they say that in ancient days, the entire family was working in the farm. The entire family is working in the farm. Okay, so that means entire family is working in the agricultural land. That means each member of the family is a labor. So when one member of my family goes out of my family, that means I am losing one labor. That's the reason, for example, I am marrying a lady, I am marrying a girl. So now, when I am marrying that particular girl from particular family, the labor from that family is reduced. And that one labor is added to my family. Yes or no? So I am marrying a lady, and one labor from that family is getting reduced, and I am gaining one member. So to compensate that, me being a groom, I used to give the, dakshina for the girl's side. I used to give dakshina to the girl's side, okay, bride side. And I should take the labor from that family, because here onwards she will be the part of my family, and the labor in my family, she will work in my agricultural land. This is what the concept was. But later, how and when, we don't know how it changed. Later, what happened is, when I marry a lady, when I'm marrying a lady, that lady family, along with the girl, they has to give everything to me. Like cattle, livestock, gold, silver, apparels, okay, whatever. That means the dakshina what I used to give, it became ulta, and I myself I'm getting the dakshina. It became this is what we call as varadakshina. Okay. So when this concept became ulta, so this varadakshina, that means the girl family should give the labor to my family. Along with that, they should compensate everything. Along with that, they should give all the dowries, so all the gold, silver, and livestock. So this concept emerged. There was changes from Vadu Dakshina to Varadakshina. So when there was changes, this Varadakshina, the dowry itself became a big burden. When the dowry became burden, listen carefully, when the dowry became burden, the girl baby, it became like a curse. Okay, girl baby itself became, because when girl baby is born in the family, obviously he should give the dowry. That means the girl baby became the burden. So when the girl baby became the burden, there are social evils which triggered, like female infanticide, kill the female baby, or child marriage. Okay, marry her as early possible and let her go out of this home. And when they married, when they married at the young age, by the time she reached the first menarche, that is menses, when she became matured or when she became adolescent, by the time she reached that particular age, her husband would have been double the age of this lady. And obviously, because of this old age diseases, he would have died. Okay. When this person died, then what is the necessity of this lady? And then it led to something called sati system. It led to the sati system, right? Understood? Okay. That means when the Vardakshina became Vardakshina and Vardakshina, the dowry became burden, the female, the baby or the lady became curse, and this led to female infanticide, child marriage, sati system. So all these social evils it triggered. Now the question is, why it's so? Okay, right? The concept of giving Vardakshina was different, but why the present generation or the society is exploiting the family? The reason and the concept of giving Vardakshina was, it is like guarantee that my daughter will be safe in your hands. It is like a provident fund. It is like for the future. Okay. So I used to give my daughter to the particular family and used to give some amount or some gold or silver or livestock so that they have some security. Okay. Because they are starting the new family. Clear? And it is like guarantee that I have given all these things and you should take care of my daughter. So this is the reason the concept of the dowry it emerged. But how this changed? Even in few communities it's called meher. That means the boy side should give the girl side amount or whatever, and they will marry. Okay. So now the thing is, why there's changes in marriage? The concept called marriage or the institution called marriage. Why there's change? Why there is marriage is everywhere in the society, but why there's changes? And why in all the religion, in all the customs, in all the traditions, in all the region, why always the man is entered to the female? Understood? Even this we'll study in anthropology. Clear? Even there is changes in the menarche and menopause. This we'll study in anthropology. What is menarche? Menarche means the first time the girl experienced the menses. It is called menarche. The first ovulation, or we can't call it ovulation, the first time she experienced the menses is called menarche. At the age of 10 or 11 years or 12 years. And the last time she bleeds, it is called menopause. So there is age difference in menarche and menopause. The girl who is staying in city or the 2-tier or 1-tier town, her menarche age is different. And the girl who is deprived, who is malnourished, who is in the village or somewhere else, her age of menarche is different. Okay. Why there is difference in the age of menarche and why there is difference in the age of menopause? And if the mother attains menopause at particular age, even the daughter also attains at the same age. Why? What is the reason? So in this menarche and menopause duration, that is a fertility period, how much fertile she is, how much she can produce, how much she can reproduce, what is the potentiality? And this we'll study. Understood? Clear? For information, guys, as soon as the calf or the kitten or the cubs are born, for example, cow or the buffalo, as soon as it's born, within half an hour, 1 hour, it will stand on its leg and start to jump and start to run. But can the human baby do that? Why we human beings are born immature? When we are born immature, it creates a bondage with the mother and the baby. The baby takes lots of time to get matured. And in this time, what are the things the mother will teach the baby? And how the mother or the husband will support the mother? How the granny will support the mother? For information, in particular in wild and in other mammals, once the female animal attains menopause, either it will be killed or it will not survive. But only in Homo sapiens, that means in humans, even after attaining menarche also, we have our grandmothers and grannies. Why we have grannies and grandmothers? So biologically speaking, they are no more productive. Then why we are keeping her? What is the role played by grannies? When the grannies and the grandmothers can take care of the baby, okay, she'll allow the couple to procreate and to go for other children, many children. Okay, so what is the role played by grandmother? What is the role played by mother? How the biological, because of this immature birth, what are the things it changed? How the father becomes supportive? How the family, the concept came? Why here, only in Homo sapiens, we have something called marriage? In other animals, the animals will mate with the mother and with the sisters. But why can't it be in the human beings? Only in human beings and in, I think wolves, yeah. So only apart from human beings and wolves, they don't mate with the mothers and sisters. But other animals, they mate with the mothers and sisters. So why we made certain customs? Why we made what to do? What it was clear what to do and what not to do. Understood? Okay. That means every aspect of every aspect of Homo sapiens will study in anthropology. Okay, everything. And if you look at the syllabus is very crispy, very short compared to other syllabus. Okay, and majority of the questions are direct, simple. Okay, and you can illustrate with your diagrams and maps and flow charts, and you can use case studies, you can use current affairs. Clear? And you can demand the evaluator to give you marks. Aram se within few months you can improve your even if the same thing will help in your GS ethics also, ethics also, essay also. Okay, great. And even your essay or interview. Clear? So as I told you, here of course there are different disciplines of anthropology, but here coming to your examination UPSC syllabus, here we study 4 things. That is physical anthropology, as I told you, what made me to stand on 2 legs, that is bipedalism, and there's development of brain, that's encephalization. These two things made me the most dominant species on this earth. Okay. And what are the geographical reasons or factors which triggered these changes in me? What was the bipedalism emerged first, or the encephalization? Why there is link between encephalization and bipedalism? 2 things. Why I can stand upright? Why can other animals can't stand? And because of the bipedalism, what are the plus and the minus points? So because of bipedalism, the delivering the baby is more dangerous in human beings. Because Homo sapiens or the human beings are large brain animal. The large brain animal, the large head animal should be squeezed out of the birth canal of the mother. So it is very dangerous. So what are the changes happened here? Because of the changes happened in bipedalism, there are the negative point aspects as well, negative point as well. We are more prone to back pain. We are more prone to disc bulge. We are more prone to lumbar and sacral problems, sciatica problems. Okay. So what made? Why I'm naked? Why I became hair free, or why we lost hair and fur? Compared to other mammals, why we don't have fur? Why do we don't have hair? Clear? But why in particular areas we have hair, particular points we have hair? Why we are completely not devoid of hair in our body? Clear? Understood or not? And how you can use these two? These two are called forelimbs. Actually, biologically speaking, it are called forelimbs and these hind limbs. And how can you use forelimbs? Other animals can't use. If I give the dog cannot hold this pen like this or like this. But what made these changes in my fingers? I'm able to touch the tip of each and every finger of my hands. And even because of this, listen carefully, and because of this, even our new, number system is like 10, 20, 30, 40. Why it can't be 12, 24, 36? The thing is, I have only 10 fingers. I can count 10 several times. So 10, even the number system is changed because of fingers. Okay, because I have 10 fingers. Clear? Understood or not? So every aspect of physical, that is what the things which changed, encapsulation, bipedalism, how I am able to speak, the particular mutation happened in particular gene which made me to speak, why my tongue is able to move in the buccal cavity and it can produce a sound, why I have something called larynx, why it descended, okay, I can produce sound, the sound led to the words and words led to the language and language led to the communication, clear? So all these things we'll study in physical anthropology. And before that, what the geographical things, factors were triggered, that we'll study in physical anthropology. And coming to cultural anthropology, that's what I'm saying. All the things we already discussed. Why the the attire is different from the Rajasthani attire. Okay. Why the Tamilians, they wear differently. Why the Punjabis, their dress is different. What are the reasons, the geographic condition that it made to dress me like this. Okay, why few tribes and few people are either naked or semi-naked? Why they are nomads? Nomads means they will be wandering. When you are wandering from one place to another place in search of food and in search of livelihood, so that means carrying lots of luggage is a burden for you guys. So we leave all this luggage. So usually the wanderers or nomads are nudes, naked or semi-naked. Okay, why particular region they settle? And how the agriculture changed everything. That's most important thing. Agriculture is a very important thing. Now listen, I'll tell you one thing. A famous writer, he says that agriculture is the biggest blunder, it seems. They say the agriculture was a revolution. Agriculture gave the guarantee, food security. Okay, it gave guarantee of food. But he says that agriculture is the biggest blunder the man has ever made. Now imagine, before agriculture, for example, our ancestors, before agriculture, what used they do? They used to go in search of food. They should dig the tubers, potatoes, okay, roots, and they used to eat it. Okay, they used to pluck the fruits. They used to go for fishing. They used to go for hunting. Okay, and they used to get diverse type of food with different minerals, vitamins and proteins. Okay, but there was no guarantee. I may find the prey today, I may not find the prey today. I may get the fruit, I may not get the fruit. Fruits are seasonal. I may get the roots or tubers, I may not get. So they should keep on wandering. They should go in search. Just like other animals, they're foraging and they keep on wandering. Okay, but accidentally, obviously, they say that the woman, she started agriculture first time, it seems, in history. Accidentally, they started the agriculture. That means they sowed the seeds and a particular crop they started to grow. When they started to grow, they were forced to confine to a particular thing. Now this person, this scientist, the writer, he says that, so in agriculture we think that we did domestication of plants. So what is domestication? I will tie the dog or the cattle or elephant or cows and horse in a particular region. That is called domestication. Okay. So in agriculture means it's domestication of plants, it's domestication of crops. But thing is, here in agriculture, we did not domesticate the plants. Instead, plants domesticated us. Just think the other way. When I started to grow a particular crop in a particular region, now think, I am restricted to a particular region, right? I'm confined to that particular region. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm tied to that particular region. I should take care of the crops. I should nurture them. I should nourish them. I should take care of them. and finally I should harvest them. Okay, that means here in agriculture it is not the domestication of crops. Instead, the crops or the plants domesticated us. It made me to confine to a particular region. It restricted my movement. It made to stay in one particular region. That means the crops domesticated me. When the crops domesticated me, listen carefully, when the crops domesticated me, I stopped wandering here and there in search of food. So all these days I used to get diverse tubers, fruits, nuts, berries, fishes and meat. I used to get lots of proteins, minerals and vitamins. But when I confined to the particular crop and a particular region, even the source of proteins, vitamins and minerals, it restricted. When I was wandering, I was strong enough, I was robust. I had that memory power, I had that thing. So where exactly I had to do, what duration, at what time I can find this fruit. At what time the animals come to the river to drink the water. Where I can find the school of fishes. Where I can find the berries. All these things I used to keep in memory. I used to wander in search of food. And I used to get lots of proteins, minerals and vitamins. But when I was confined to the particular crop, I lost this wandering capability. I lost this agility and robustness. Understood? At the same time, I lost that memory. At the same time, I lost whatever the vitamins and proteins, minerals which is to get because I am confined to only a particular crop. Okay? That's the reason he says that agriculture is the biggest blender. And for information, the entire world, all the Homo sapiens human beings were eating grass. Yes or no? Rice, paddy, rice is a grass, wheat is a grass, maize is a grass, jowar is a grass. So whether you make roti, parota, chapati, ragi or rice or noodles or biscuits or sandwich or bread, everything is made up of grass. That means we are eating grass. Okay. So what are these things changed? Okay. How the cognitive revolution led to the agricultural revolution, how the agricultural revolution led to the industrial revolution, scientific revolution. Or even you can, once you get acquainted with the subject, you can link with your current affairs as well. Okay. You will have the complete story of starting from evolution till 2024. That you can study in anthropology. Okay. Anyhow, and coming to, as we have discussed, linguistic anthropology. Linguistic anthropology means just we discussed the language, why there is changes in the language. In particular community, the language in itself is different. They produce only sounds. Okay. Even the letters, the usage is different. In South India also, in particular language, there is no particular letter. Okay. So that we'll study in linguistic anthropology. And coming to archaeology, you can link this with your history as well. Industrial civilization, Harappa civilization. Clear? So all those things we study here. And these are the syllabus. Paper 1 is a bit lengthy and compared to paper 2. But the entire syllabus of anthropology is very crispy. Within 3 to 4 months you can complete the entire syllabus. And once you read this syllabus, at least you will have a rough idea that I'm aware of these words. The basic, at least you will be knowing these words. Okay. And don't think that it's complete biology. Obviously, paper 1 is like a bit of biology. And here you can see it's like sociology. It's about society. It's about Indian society. It's about history. Okay. Kinship, family, marriage. Why there is a concept called family, marriage. Why there's differences in family and marriage. And how the concept of family has changed in this 21st century or in the present scenario. Okay. Economic organization, political organization. Even today, why the world is split into, okay, it is torn into war. The religion is the one thing, is a concept which makes us united. On the other angle, religion is the thing which divides us as well. Religion unites us, at the same religion divides us. So, because of religion, we are together, and because of the same religion, two religions are fighting. Why a particular religion, they believe in one God, and why few people believe in many gods? Few worship and believe in Bhuta, Daiva. That's what he said. I hope you have seen in all those movies, Kantara, all those things. Few worship the trees, animals, ancestors, even ghosts. Okay. spirits. So why there is change in the concept of God as well? Clear? So all these things we study here, and this is also very important point, because in each and in every discipline there will be some scholars who are done deep study about the subject, and they proposed the theories. Maybe like somebody has proposed a theory, and the next person will come and he sees the flaws in the theory and he will propose some other theory. So there are so many theories which are very important for exam as well. Clear? And here, culture, language, communication. Even animals, dogs and cats, even they can give some gestures. When they're happy, the sound that they make the face is different. When they're scared, when they're timid, they make a sound is different. But look at us. We make a different gestures. We use like this, we use like this, we use like this. We make changes in our face. We make changes in our eyebrows. So what are the changes and how you communicate verbally and non-verbally? Okay. When I ask you guys, did you understand? Few say that yes, like this, and few say that. So this is this gesture, the non-verbal and the verbal. Okay, here. And this part is obviously you'll go to molecular level, genetics part, that is genetics, chromosomes, aberrations. Okay. Usually they say that one of the reasons why the abnormal children will be born is once a woman, the age of the woman crosses a particular age, the abnormal children will be, the probability will be more. Because, listen, one important point, the baby, just small, newborn baby, girl baby, she is born with the eggs. That means, when the girl baby is inside the womb of the mother, already the eggs will be produced. Eggs will be ready. She is still inside the womb of the mother, but already the eggs will be ready. That means the girl baby is born with the eggs. So when that girl baby becomes 12 years, the age of the egg is also 12 years. When the girl baby becomes 25 years, the age of the egg is 25 years, and when the girl baby becomes 40 years, the age of the egg is also 40 years. So as the age increases, the quality of the egg goes down, and there will be problem in the division and separation of chromosomes, and that will lead to the chromosomal aberrations or abnormalities. Okay. Now you may ask, sir, is the woman the only reason for chromosomal abnormalities? The reason is no. The answer is no. No. Even the male is equally contributes. So now the thing is, such chromosomal or abnormal children, of course, we should not think in emotional or sentimental perspective angle. They are the burden for the nation. If there is abnormal children, the thing is, the entire family should take care. The government should spend. They should give the things. Clear? So he is not contributing for the economy of the things. Of course, I'm not saying about the disabled things. No. So that's the reason in few Gulf countries, so to avoid such abnormalities or abnormal children, they are going for premarital screening. So before marriage, if the couple go to the going for marriage, they check whether the gene will match. Now the thing is, your gotras and horoscope is no need of matching. Your gene should match. They'll check whether the gene is compatible or not. If they say if it is not right, then they advise them, if you go ahead with your marriage, there are probability that abnormal children will be born. Okay. So with the help of anthropology, with the help of genetics, we can avoid such things for the betterment of humankind and mankind. Yes or no? Right? So in many Gulf countries, they have started to go for to do what is a premarital screening to stop all these things. So there are premarital screening, prenatal screening, postnatal screening. So with the help of these things, we can stop or avoid the chromosomal aberrations. All these things we'll study here. Okay. Next is age, sex, and population variation as genetic marker. Okay. All this, of course, and concept ecological anthropology, epidemiological anthropology. For example, in particular tribe in Africa, the RBCs, listen carefully, few minutes, RBCs are not regular shape. RBC are like disc shape, which helps in exchange of oxygen and CO2. It carry oxygen from the lungs, give to the cell, pick up CO2 from the cell and give back to the lungs. Okay, this is what the RBC the function is. But in particular tribe, the shape of the RBC is not like a disc shape. Instead, it's shaped like a sickle axe. And because of the shape of the RBC sickle shape, it is both a boon, it is both a vara and curse, both for the particular tribe. Why it is good and bad, what is the plus and minus thing is, since it has sickle shape, such RBC cannot carry maximum oxygen. That means he will become anemia. First point. Second point, when the RBC is sickle shape, it will be stuck in the blood vessels. The blood vessels, it can't flow through the blood vessels. So again, it will become anemic. And the plus point is, usually the microorganism, Plasmodium vivax, which causes malaria, okay, the home of this Plasmodium vivax is RBC only. Understood? RBC only. So in the sickle shape RBC, the Plasmodium vivax cannot survive. That means when the person has sickle shape RBC, he is safe from malaria. That is the plus point. On one hand, he is becoming anemic. On one hand, he will become anemic. On the other hand, he is safe from malaria. It is plus point. The same thing you can link here also. Now you can see in Karnataka, we can say, of course, in many places in different parts of India, the dengue cases are increasing. Now the question is, when the dengue increases to go to that like extreme level, the platelets count goes down. The question is, why the platelet count goes down? When the person is infected by dengue, why the platelets should go down? The dengue virus will attack the bone marrow itself. Bone marrow. Now you should know what is bone marrow. Bone marrow is where RBC, WBC and platelets are produced. So when it attacks the bone marrow itself, the platelets are not produced. At the same time, the virus attacks the platelets also. Okay. So because of this, the platelet count goes down. And why? But this particular region or particular people, why they are susceptible, prone to dengue, and why few have immune to dengue? They will not be affected with such malaria, so such diseases. Okay. They say that recent studies say that the person who have the maximum and the highest percentage of immunoglobulin IgA, they were not infected with corona, it seems. It's a recent research they have done. They say that if the person has maximum percentage of IgA immunoglobulin, that means he is safe from corona. Right? So everything, even all these things which you can link with your current affairs and you can study. Okay. And coming to paper 2, it's compared to paper 1, it's very smaller. It's like it's very short, crispy, and here you can study about sociology, about history, about Indian, okay, anthropology. Clear? It's like knowing about ourselves. Okay, how the things changed here in India. What is Varna? What is caste? What is Purushartha? What are the different stages? Okay, why there is concept of birth and rebirth? What is the concept of Rina? What is there something called Shodasha Karmas? Okay, and why there is changes? What is the impact of all this religion on particular tribe or particular region? Religion. Okay, why the Jainism and Buddhism emerged here? Impact of Islam and impact of Christianity on India. How it changed. Clear? So all these things we study here. Indian villages, tribes, and this you can study even link with your current affairs. Here you can explain paper 2, you can expect tricky questions, okay, and you can even expect the current affairs linked questions here. Clear? But it's like the general topic. Aram say you can finish these topics, okay. And as I told you, anthropology is an interdisciplinary subject. You can link with this your history, life science, sociology, psychology, political science, economics. It's very beneficial and helpful in even your GS, to answer your GS. ethics and essay, even in interview. Okay. Then, and coming to the last point, here we are Homo sapiens. The word sapiens means wise. Okay, wise man. So let's take the wise decision. Okay, not the subject. Definitely will enjoy the journey. Will enjoy the preparation of anthropology. Every chapter is interesting, and there will be so many enigmatic questions, and you will try to find out the answers for that. You will know about yourselves. You will know about ancestors, and there will be change in your perspective. I would say, like the way you think, everything will be changed. You may say that such a few customs are disgusting. Few customs, even for of course we'll discuss these things there in the class. Few customs are like, we don't feel it's like it's human, it's inhuman. But if you look those things from their angle, that's different. So if I see a particular thing from the third person view, that's different. If I become one among them and see, that's different. Okay. So all these things we study in anthropology. Clear? Clear? So any doubts here, boys and girls? It just what was just like a brief idea about anthropology. Just I wanted to get you guys familiarized with these things. What exactly anthropology means and how it interesting is, how it's so scoring. Clear? And forget about your background. Aram so you can opt this subject. That's what I'm saying. It's a blend of sociology and social science and as well as science. Okay. The notes will once we commence the class, we'll discuss everything in the class in detail. We'll start from the basics. Of course, before starting the anthropology, we'll go back to the basic thing. We'll start from the cyanobacteria. We'll come up to mammals, then primates, then Homo sapiens. Then you'll have a complete idea. Okay. Clear? Notes will be provided with regular test series, regular one-to-one discussion. Clear? And gradually, within few months, you can see their improvement in your the way you answer, in your writing skill, the approach, and how to score the maximum from the maybe around 300 plus. So this is what we do in the class. Okay. So any doubts here, boys and girls? If you had any doubts or any apprehensions or any confusions, you can go through syllabus copy. You can just have a glance about previous questions. Okay. The remaining things will take care in the class itself. That's not the problem. Yes. Any doubts here? Last. You're from arts, arts, commerce. Okay. That's something. As I told you, na, Aram se can opt to go for this option. Okay. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Clear? Okay then, let's wind up.